Hey, what's up, guys? How y'all doing today? Well, if your name is Christian Combes King, King Combes, I don't know what is going on. He has just dropped a new album. I'm sorry, a new, what is it? Mixtape, single, whatever, called Diddy Free Now. I know what y'all gonna say. Y'all waiting. For him to say for waiting, for me to talk about his struggle, baby, rap. But I'm not, because at least he out here hustling. He knows he got to go make a living. He got that ambition, baby. Look at his eyes this week. Is the burgers next week? Is the fries? But all jokes aside, first of all, everybody talking about some, oh my God, Diddy going free. You know who probably thinks the prosecution did a great job on the close? King Commons. Because if you really thought Diddy was going free, why wouldn't you drop this when he was actually free? Because
Present,
y'all think he
and no
going
longer
to
has
come
a
home next
voice who
week.
will pursue
Right,
justice for her
Y'all got
accusation.
that. But all jokes aside,
As of the taken
okay,
against Diddy,
why wouldn't
no
he drop
expansion
this
of
when
the
Diddy goes
investigation,
free?
no
One,
isolation
you don't
orders,
think he going free.
no equipment
But
access,
two,
no
Diddy would
suspension of
probably get
attorney
free
communication.
and once again suck up all his blessings for himself. Let me talk to y'all for a second. Okay, because all these Diddy Glazers are so big saying, oh my God, Diddy's a perfect dad. Diddy's this, that. And let me tell you something. Diddy is not just toxic to women. He's toxic to his own children. You want to talk about sabotage, baby? Let's look at this pattern. But before we look at a pattern, can I just say one thing, Christian? I don't know what's going on. Last time you dropped a a single, your daddy got arrested. Remember when he dropped that single, that mixtape on the feds, and they arrested him? You think the Christian CBS curse has struck again, and this is what's going to make Diddy go away for life? I don't know. I don't know. I know, but y'all, honestly, all jokes aside, okay, we got to get this straight. I will maintain that Diddy is not just toxic to women, he is toxic to his own children. Let's look at the pattern. First up, before we get to King, let's talk about Justin Commons. Justin, remember that college football career? Done. Why? Because Diddy got into it with the coach allegedly. He tried to swing a kettlebell at him and crack his head open, and suddenly his son's athletic future go up in smoke. Poof. Demos. Not a coincidence. Okay, Justin got accepted into Harvard. Did he call them in and talked him into going to California to help run Bad Boy Next Thing? We know he is getting into accidents. Lisa is going off tweeting on Diddy talking about everybody, something's wrong with you. And as much as people are talking about Diddy, the one thing the prosecution should have brought up is Misa Hilton and Prem's IG stories, because that told us everything we needed to know about Diddy before what we knew about Diddy. But it's not over then. There was Quincy, talented, marketable, had a real shot at being one of the biggest actors of our generation. Remember when Empire was casting Quincy was supposed to play Jamal? That's right, Jesse Smollett role, but Diddy allegedly stepped in and tried to control the music rights, and the deal fell apart. Quincy lost the role. Empire goes on to be a hit, and Diddy back in the shadows. Quincy finally booked Star, another lead, Daniel show, and guess who shows up again? Diddy, always close enough to interfere, never far enough to let them breathe. And I remember that. Remember, Diddy was allegedly going to sue Lee Daniels, or at least the streets were saying that he was going to sue Lee Daniels for stealing his life story. Now, back then, we thought it was some BS, but now that we know that he really is a criminal, I don't know now. Let's get to Christian A. King Commons. He just dropped a rap album, but word on the street is, at least the streets are saying, is that Diddy wasn't lifting him up. He was blocking opportunities behind the scenes, allegedly calling people pulling rank and inserting himself where he shouldn't be, and even trying to take all his blessings. Why? Because in Diddy's world, no one shines brighter than him, not even his own sons. Young Berg, now known as Hitmaker, even came on the Joel Budden podcast recently and basically confirmed the theory that he has a pattern of stepping on his own sons' careers. They're starting to rise up. He gets in the way on purpose. Oh, y'all don't believe me? listen to this. All right. And I want to hear what every Diddy Glazer got to say. And I know they're going to have a lot to say. Listen to this mess. I mean, get you to another tier. Salacious, I'm not really, say it in tier terms like, what's the wildest you've seen? I mean, with
Present,
Diddy,
and no
nothing,
longer has a
nothing
voice
with
who will
Diddy was
pursue
actually like
justice for her
really super
accusation.
wild. Like what
As
I
of
went
the taken
viral for,
against
the
Diddy,
wildest thing
no
he
expansion
ever
of the
did. I
investigation,
think I was in
no
Atlanta
isolation orders,
and I
no
was
equipment
working with his
access,
son Christian.
no
We
suspension
would
of attorney
cooking up ideas
communication.
and like we would Christian put him on FaceTime. He like, yo, we at the Reese Carlson, come back, blah blah blah. We get back to the Rich Carlson, they having like a party in there, and it's the wildest thing ever said to me in my life. I He opened the door, me and Christian walk in. He like, what's up, pops? D, and then he like, what's up? I dabble up, what's up here? I'm going crazy. Me and Christian just made some shit. He like, man, babe, that where my music at? Oh, babe, son, I think that was the wildest again. What did he say? F, that ninja, where my music at? How did Mark Agnolio in the whole world allow us to forget who this mofo really is? He didn't give a damn about Kim while she was alive at all. Took her through hell, had her looking stressed the whole time, literally stressed out over Cassie the whole time. Cassie is literally turning into his new freak, all P partner while he's cheating on her, beating on her. Diddy is not a good guy. And the fact that they get this right, let's just call this what it is. Diddy does spiritual abuse because it's not just about industry politics. It's psychological warfare. How do you grow up under a man who tells the world he's a family man but keeps pulling the rug out from under you every time you find your footing? Diddy's not a mentor. He's not a mogul. He's a mirror of the very industry rock we claim to be waking up from, and anyone still defending him needs to ask themselves why they are so comfortable watching a father sabotage his own blood just to stay on top. He's the devil these fools keep rooting for, and if he'll do it to his own sons, imagine what he's done to everybody else around him. Now, before y'all say Christians ain't even talented, that's not true as much as I literally clown him for his struggle. Nepo rap, he's not the worst rapper. That boy got talent, and even if he was untalented, your dad at one point ran the music industry. You could have hooked him up with the best producers, the best this, the best that. Instead, what did he do? The same thing he did with Cassie, minus the freak offs, put him in the studio, had them working, don't release stuff, sabotage. And then when you finally do get on with some beats, you hobbling your 55-year-old self in to get in front of your son, who should be next up again. Justin gave up going to Harvard because he was going to be CEO of Bad Boy, and Diddy was going to step out the way. Diddy never stepped out of the way. He just made him CEO, and name only Quincy tried to get out of his shadow, get his own acting career popping, and he could have. He got the looks, he got the talent, he got everything. Diddy came in and messed that up. Christian should have been bigger than he was. He got the looks, he got the talent, they got everything they need. And your dad got access to every big name he did to Christian, what he did to Cassie without the freak offs. Still, these Diddy Glazers are going to be in. You're incredibly biased. You're gonna feel stupid when you get out. No, Ninja, you're gonna feel stupid because let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. First of all, Diddy ain't getting out. Those prosecutions got that mof, and let that be a lesson for anybody that want to do Diddy like
Present,
crimes. But
and no
second of all,
longer has a
y'all,
voice who will
these
pursue
Diddy
justice
Glazers
for
are
her
sick in their
accusation.
head, and as
As
much
of
as
the
they are
taken against
defending
Diddy,
his right
no
to
expansion of the
abuse, 'cause they
investigation,
want the right
no
to abuse,
isolation
unlike
orders,
y'all,
no
unlike
equipment
y'all,
access,
I'm not going to
no
be sitting
suspension
here
of
on my
attorney
knees
communication.
waiting for him to get out. And guess what? The Diddy Glazers, he wouldn't even look twice at y'all. But then again, I don't know. We saw that Wiscorts, like maybe he would. I don't know. The whole point of the matter is Diddy is not a good person. And again, when I say good person, there is something wrong with that man, and he cannot be allowed to be on the open streets. But for anybody saying, oh, But what about the children? What about the children? As sad as it is, this might be the best thing that ever happened to them, to get away from someone that seems like all they do is do narcissistic abuse. But hey, that's just my opinion on what do I know. Anyway, shout out to Christian Combs trying to do something on his own. Again, for anybody thinking Diddy's coming home, why ain't his son put out Diddy free? When the moment he actually got let free, unless you don't think that's going to happen again, maybe we looking at a double aim Chandra, not free Diddy, but I'm not free Diddy, but I'm Diddy free. Maybe he's trying to send us a message. Maybe he realizes it's time to move past his father's influence, free of his father's influence, and step into his own right. Anyway, y'all let me know what you think in the comments. I will talk to you all later.